Pay yourself first. What the f does that mean? In this video, I'm going to break down what that actually means, why it's so important, and how to make it happen automatically. I'm Jeff Winberg, founder of CommonwealthToday.com, where we teach next-generation financial education to get your money working for you instead of you working for your money. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to make sure you get notified when we upload new videos. Now, let's get into it. Like everything, this is just a habit, and most of us don't have it, because what we typically do, and myself included, I was in the same boat, we get paid, and then our money goes to expenses, to our mortgage, to entertainment, to eating out, and then if we get around to it and there's any left at the end, then that's what goes to us, or to our savings or whatever. Which means that we never really end up paying ourselves first, and then ultimately we don't put our priorities first, and then we're always living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So what I used to do is I would get paid, and then I would make sure all my bills were paid, so I'd pay everybody else first, and then I'd take whatever was left over, and then I would figure out, like, okay, how am I going to use that this month? And then I would leave it sitting in my checking account, and then somehow by the end of the month, that money would all mysteriously just kind of vanish, and I wouldn't have any money left over for myself to put towards savings or whatever plans we were making. And it was really frustrating because it never seemed like we were getting anywhere, even though we were making, like, pretty good money. So I never really got why it was super important to pay yourself first until I started doing it after listening to some advice from some people I follow, and it was like, okay, I'm going to try that. And as money started accumulating, I started seeing the big picture of why it's so important, and it's because that puts your priorities first instead of somebody else's. Because if you don't put your priorities first, somebody else will put theirs right in front of you, and then you'll follow those instead of your own. And I wanted to follow my own plan that I had set out and make sure it happened every month. And what was very interesting is it didn't take long to start accumulating some money and savings and that sort of thing while also making everything else work at the same time without really feeling a pinch at all. It was just I never actually set it up to happen automatically, systematically every month. Everything else still worked. We still had plenty of money to cover bills and to go out and have fun and whatever. But we were also saving some money and building our nest egg and all that kind of stuff. The key here is to not stop doing this when times maybe get tough, where let's say you're saving $500 a month, just as a round number, and you have a random bill that comes up, that it's super easy to just be like, oh, I'm just not going to do it this month and take that $500 and pay this, and then I'm square. But what that does is it keeps you in your comfort zone, makes it super easy to not save and just spend the money, whereas if you put that away, you don't touch it, and you figure out some other way to take care of this other bill. It forces you to be creative. It forces you to come out of your comfort zone and grow as a person, as a money manager, as somebody that knows about finances. Whereas what most people do is that they'll just, oh, that's easy, I'll just stop, and then the whole system stops, and then they just fall off the wagon. Whereas if you leave this going, it starts to accumulate, it just keeps going, it's working on its own, it's doing its thing, and you generate more money. And then it's kind of the best of both worlds. Like you're covering both like your savings plan and also whatever bills may come up. Ultimately, it's just a habit. You got to keep this habit going, even if it's just like $10, $20, $30, $100 a month. Just keep the habit going, build the habit, so when you get more sums of money, the habit is already there and you don't have to like try and formulate a new plan once you actually get the money you're trying to accumulate. One of the things that was most mind-blowing about this is how easy it was to set up and just let it run in the background. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So all you really need to do is set up an automated saving system to cover your ass. Okay, so that's automated saving system ass. Okay, bad joke, but you get the point. And basically you just set up a automated withdrawal from your checking account every time you get paid for whatever percentage you decide to withdraw, and that automatically goes into a savings account or some kind of business account or something that splits it up from there. We just have a super simple one where it just goes into a savings account, and then in the savings account it has two sub accounts. There's one for kind of like fund spending and one for just like long-term saving. It'll get more complicated as we go on, but we're trying to accomplish a few things with like lump sums. So basically it's just super simple, but the cool thing is it happens every time I get paid, and the same amount goes in and it starts accumulating, and we've only been doing it for a little while, and we've already accumulated a few $1,000s of savings while also, you know, taking care of everything else. So it's been super, super cool. It's working really well, and it's made it super easy to consistently save money every time I get paid. Again, this is just a habit, and you got to put in the work now to just create the habit, so when larger sums of money come in, the habit's already there and you don't have to do anything. Otherwise, Everybody else's priorities are going to come before yours. You're never going to get where you want to go financially, and you're always going to be living paycheck to paycheck, and that's absolutely not what we want here at Commonwealth Today. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up or even a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to make sure you get notified when we upload new videos. And if you know somebody that could benefit from this video, please share it with them, because we're here to provide next generation financial education to get your money working for you so you don't have to work for your money. I'm Jeff Winberg, and we'll see you next time. Take care.